What's up, guys? Welcome to Jamestown. I'm James, and I've been in real estate for just about a year now. I started wholesaling in April of 2022, and I've done 10 deals so far. Now, I did all 10 of these deals in 2022, so as you can see, 2023 has been a bit of a dry spell. Now, from the moment I started real estate, I've been in it full time. I didn't have a W-2, started working immediately 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I've done everything from cold calling, texting, driving for dollars, PPC, pay-per-click ads on Facebook. I've had acquisition teams, virtual assistants, mentors. I've pretty much done it all in terms of wholesaling real estate. So I just wanted to make this video as kind of a one-year review of wholesaling real estate, if I would still recommend it, if I still think it's viable in 2023, because what you see on the internet isn't always the case, especially when it comes to wholesaling. It's kind of glamorized and stigmatized. So a lot of these other wholesalers that you see on social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, they'll be holding up the same check that they've made 10,000 times, or they will be offering a course and they've never even wholesaled the deal. My attorney was talking to me, telling me he's got buddies that sell courses that they have never even done it. And he recommended that I sell a course because he sees me mentor people and he sees me close deals. And I just told him, I'm thinking about doing it, but it's got to be at a price point that makes sense. I have to feel like I really have something to offer. I have a lot of people come to me that tell me they were just in a mentorship. They paid $1,500 and it was basically useless, something they could have got for free on YouTube. So just don't believe everything you see online. There is no magic secret way to wholesale. There's no magic secret thing to do that's gonna bring you deals or close your deals, and not everybody's killing it. Most people right now in 2023 are struggling. That's just a fact. Most of them are either don't have any deals or have never got any deals, and it's all for show. I'm not just going around screaming on Instagram that I haven't closed a deal since December because it's not sexy, and ultimately, that's what social media is supposed to be. Everybody's just putting out sexy content, stuff that gets people clicking. But people are struggling, I'm struggling, but it is still a great way to make money and something that I would recommend. But it's not all the glitz and glamour that you tend to see. And I know that my upbeat, awesome YouTube shorts and Instagram videos aren't always how I'm feeling about wholesaling in my head. So I wanted to sit down, have this conversation, get real about it. So like I said, 2023 has been kind of slow. We do have, 5-6 deals, I think, in the pipeline right now. We're doing our first flip right now. So that kind of changes things a little bit. But, when they changed the texting laws in 2022, coupled with the market at the end of 2022 started to go down, that really just made it a lot more difficult to wholesale. I know a lot of wholesalers have already jumped ship and given up, which opens up a little bit more opportunity for the rest of us that decided to stick it out, but it is definitely more difficult. When I first started, I did those 10 deals in 8 months without even completely knowing what I was doing, and I haven't done a deal since the beginning of December. So, everybody acts like it's glamorous and whatnot, but I haven't had a paycheck for 3 months. So, and the flip's not going to be ready for another couple months. Yes, I made a lot of money. I made more money than I ever made in a year, the first year of wholesaling, but I also had operating expenses from my VA to Facebook ads, to all of my databases, to skip tracing, to gas, going to view properties, and everything in between. For a while I was spending about $4,000 or $5,000 a month on all of my operating expenses. So when I didn't get any deals for 3 months, it dug a $15,000 hole in my pockets. So that's when I had to reevaluate and scale back on my operating expenses. And I pretty much revamped my business, and I stopped going so much for off-market direct to seller. So I stopped paying for Facebook ads. I stopped using a VA, and I started transitioning to doing a lot of on-market because the marketing is free. And it's definitely where I'd probably recommend a beginner to start out. Doing agent outreach, contacting real estate agents, building rapport with them, having them bring you on-market deals and wholesaling those, because your marketing cost is essentially zero. So based around on-market wholesaling, I've built an acquisitions team. We have quite a few leads in the pipeline as well, looking to close on a couple of them here this month. And that's kind of the route I decided to take things in 2023, because when the market dips, these off-market sellers don't know what their house is worth, and it's a lot harder to get them to come down to the price you're going to need it at to find a buyer in this market. And I know I'm not the only one. A lot of other wholesalers are struggling. Like I said, I know a bunch that have left the game. We recently went to Vegas about, 2 months ago now, and we networked with a lot of other real estate professionals. And when you're there, everybody's dressed nice, Gucci polos, driving Lexuses and Bentleys, and they're talking like they have all this money, and they seem like they have all this money, but I get to know some of them one-on-one, and I found out they haven't gotten a check in 3 months and they're struggling, or they're waiting on a deal to close so they can pay their car note. You know, these people that seem like they're successful and on social media like they're successful. They might be successful in a way, but they're struggling. A lot of people are hurting. You know, real estate, especially wholesaling, has a lot of ups and downs, and being good at it, it's going to require you to be able to weather those storms. You know, life ebbs and flows as it is, but real estate especially, you know, it's out of your control in a lot of ways. So you can either change with it, roll with it, and stick it out, or you can jump ship, quit, go back to your W-2. You know, I work more now than I ever did at a W-2. You know, I put in 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week sometimes, and W-2 is 40 hours, you're home, you're off the clock. So don't do this thinking you're gonna work less, because you're probably gonna work more. Now, I would never go back to a W-2. I love being my own boss. I love the sales and marketing aspects of it. I love networking. I love everything that comes with real estate, but it is a lot of work. And that's a common misconception when you look at somebody's TikTok and they're like, hey, you're gonna make all this money without doing any work. No, you're not. You're gonna make all this money if you do a shitload of work, more work than you've ever done before, and you take it extremely seriously. Going back to some of the mistakes that I made early 2022 when I started, one was not using your time efficiently, you know? So driving for dollars, if you guys are already part of my channel, you know it's not something I recommend. It's just not an efficient use of your time, in my opinion. The same reason I also, you know, never really did door knocking. I actually did door-to-door sales in my past, which, you know, helps a lot from the sales aspect of wholesaling, but it's just not a very time-efficient way to get leads, in my opinion. So it's never something I pursued, but I did waste a decent amount of time driving for dollars. I wasted a lot of time running numbers on properties before I had them under contract, spending a half hour to an hour to 2 hours figuring out if something was a deal before the guy agreed to sell me his house. So that's a pitfall I would definitely avoid if I could start over. And then one of the mistakes I made recently was not scaling back my operating expenses when I noticed things start to change. I was paying $3,000 plus a month just for Facebook ads, and they weren't getting me the results I wanted. And instead of scaling them back immediately, I went months and months and months doing that. And like I said, I dug a $15,000 hole in my pocket. And yeah, I made 6 figures in 2022 in only 8 months, but you take out my operating expenses, you take out money I spent trying to expand my business, expand my team, and then that $15,000 hole in my pocket, you know, I'm not rich. I'm definitely not rich. It was the most money I made in a year, but it was also a lot of struggling, a lot of hardship. You know, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme by any means. I told my acquisitions team, you know, these are people that are from my YouTube channel, Instagram, they're just starting out, and it's kind of like a mentorship as well as they are an acquisitions agent for me. And you know, I told them right from the jump. It took me almost 2 months before my first deal, before I got my first deal, like 3 months almost before it closed. And you know, I told them they're not gonna make money in a month probably. They're not gonna make money in 2 months probably. Like, you never really know when you're gonna get that check, but when you do, it's gonna be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So it's just about being able to weather the storm and work hard. The first month of having acquisition agents, everybody was just working here and there when they felt like it, and we got no traction. The past 2 weeks, some of my agents have been absolutely killing it, and we've got properties under contract, we got new ones that are about to be under contract, we have relationships with real estate agents now. So it really is a lot of hard work and dedication. And wholesaling is being an entrepreneur, so it's a complete shift in your mindset. You have to have an entrepreneurial mindset. So, you know, there's no more getting up late and kind of lounging around. You know, I get up early, work out, eat really healthy, because you need the energy and the stamina to get through sometimes a 12-hour, 16-hour day. You have to be presentable and network and meet with people. Appearances matter. Mental health is extremely important, because when you don't know where your next paycheck is coming from, like, a lot of my friends have, you know, $300 to $600 in their bank account. That's fine, because they know next Tuesday they'll have another $1,200. But me, I could have $6,000 in my bank account, and I feel like I'm broke because that might have to last me 3 more months. So just the whole mental and lifestyle shift that you have to be an entrepreneur, and especially a real estate wholesaler, is huge. Something that I wasn't prepared for, but I mean, I jumped on the bandwagon real quick. Started going to the gym, eating perfect, you know, watching what I consumed through my eyes and my ears and my mouth, and just making sure that my life was in order. To recap my first year, my review of it would be that it was life-changing. It was awesome. I loved it. There were highs, there were lows, there were happy moments where I made $30,000 in one deal, which was my biggest deal. And there were terrible moments like right now where I haven't gotten paid in 3 months. But I'm in the middle of my first flip right now, and that's ultimately the end goal. I don't want to have, wholesaling is hard. I don't want to have to be cold calling and texting and doing all these things forever. You know, we want to have 4 rentals by the end of the year, and we want to have an Airbnb and be doing flips, you know, every month. Wholesaling was a great way to build capital and get knowledge in real estate. I have more real estate knowledge now than most real estate agents. Wholesaling definitely gives you the knowledge you need, helps you build up some quick capital, but it is hard and it's a lot of work. I would recommend it to anybody. You know, it's way better than a W-2 in my opinion. I love being my own boss, solving problems and overcoming challenges and making things work. It's almost like solving a puzzle every wholesale deal. It's just the best entry into real estate for beginners, you know, because if you have no money, it is a way you can make money with virtually no money, but it will take time, hard work, and energy. But you can trade that in for relatively quick capital, which you can then reinvest into a flip, into a rental, and then it gives you all the knowledge and helps you make connections along the way, so that when you do have the capital to do a flip or get a rental, you have all the knowledge and the networking pals to do it with as well. So would I recommend wholesaling to people just thinking about getting into it? Yes, absolutely. Now, it's much harder in 2023 than it was in 2022 and 2021. But it is still a great way for you to make money and get into real estate. Like my acquisition agent, Carlos, I was talking to him last night. He was saying how he's been thinking about getting into wholesaling forever, and he was doing research, but it was when, you know, I invited him to join my acquisitions team. He now had somebody to hold him accountable, kind of show him the ropes, help him through the beginning stages of wholesaling. If any of you guys are interested in doing that, you can definitely reach out to me and let me know. I think especially with more people leaving the wholesaling arena, it's definitely something I would still recommend dipping your toes in 2023. For the rest of 2023, my plan is to keep building out this on-market acquisitions team. Like I said, anybody that wants to be a part of it, let me know. And we want to keep doing flips. We want to do 1, 2, 3 flips a month. Like I said, we want to get 4 rentals at least by the end of the year. Maybe grab an Airbnb. You know, wholesaling was a means to an end for me. It wasn't something, I don't want to keep grinding out wholesale deals every month for the rest of my life. It was a way to get into real estate and build some capital. And I've been able to do both those things in 11 months by wholesaling real estate. And I'll always continue wholesaling real estate in the background, but it's not going to be my main focus. It's not a generational wealth builder. It's not passive income by any means. It is roll your sleeves up and get your hands dirty type of income, which is okay, but I want to look for deals for myself, and when I don't want them or can't keep them, I'll wholesale them, but I don't really want to continue to just wholesale for the rest of my life. That'll burn you out quick because it's been 11 months and I'm freaking tired. So yeah, that's my 1-year review of wholesaling real estate. I hope it was helpful. If you guys got any value from this, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know where you're at in your wholesale journey, and if you're just getting started, if you actually plan to dive into the pool and join the rest of us. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Hit me up. I'd love to connect with you all. That's it. You're in Jamestown now, so relax, take some notes, and let's make some fucking money.